All right, Lost Caverns of Ixalan. This set is selling well for a tiny store like mine. I wouldn't even say small store yet. We've been open since August, mid-August, around the time of our town festival that we call the Potato Fest or Pot Fest. And in that time, the first set that we had to deal with was Commander Masters, and I made a video a while back about whether Commander Masters would destroy this brand new store. And it was facetious. I mean, I knew that I was going to spend a lot of money on Commander Masters because I really wanted to, and I thought that it would sell well enough. Little did I know that it would just kind of collapse immediately, but luckily we've got a great little community of Magic the Gathering players here that were really excited to not have to drive a whole other town away. So we were able to weather the storm. They discovered that there was gold in them packs. So the packs themselves have been selling quite regularly, and I'm quite pleased with the results. I mean, we're only about halfway through what we bought for Commander Masters, and I mean, I'd like to have sold a little bit more of it and not sink some more money when other sets came out, like say Throne of Eldraine, which looked a little worrisome at first, but we've pretty much worked our way through Eldraine, and now we're at Ixalan. And I wasn't really expecting Ixalan to do so well, but it was the first time, and granted, we've only been open since August, that people had sort of pre-ordered boxes. I don't really do pre-orders. I kind of just tell someone that, I guarantee them a box, but I don't want to take your money up front because I don't really want to deal with, if they have something that comes up and they need to cancel, I don't want there to be any bad feelings of them having to ask for a refund. I just want them to have their money and spend it when they can. And it just makes it for a better experience. Obviously, if someone constantly does that, then they lose their ability for me to guarantee them boxes, but I think people generally know that, so we don't really need to engage in pre-orders. And then, it frees up, the headspace of dealing with pre-orders and just like, I've got, because I'm a tiny store, I know my customers, there's a limited number of them, so I can kind of do that. Maybe when you're a larger store, you kind of got to do the pre-order thing, but I think there's a better method than doing pre-orders, just to make things smoother and there not to be bad feelings when something changes, like a set collapses or whatever. Your customers may leave you holding the bag when that happens, but I think it's a trade-off. The set will sell quite well when it's a good set and people are excited about it, and the set won't when they aren't, and kind of that's your responsibility as a store. It's kind of on you, and you just gotta kind of manage it. So anyway, to get into Ixalan, I think each set I've ordered a case of each type of box, and the set boxes are pretty much gone at this point. So I had to order more, and the collector boxes are in transit, I guess. They're delayed, but we did get the commander boxes, the commander decks, and people were really excited about those. We did a commander night on Friday. And we're doing like this little league thing. I just came up with this idea. I don't know if other people do this. Have people buy one of the commander decks within that series, and then every week or 2 weeks they play just in that league with those commander decks, but each time they get 3 new packs to sort of draft with, but you've already got a commander deck, so you're just enhancing the commander deck if you pull stuff out of those draft packs that you want. So I just think it's a cool little neat idea. It keeps the set going, it keeps people engaged, and it's a new way of kind of doing draft. Because doing commander draft, I don't kind of like, because either you're doing a smaller than 100 card commander deck, or you're doing a 100 card commander deck, and then you're spending money on a lot of boosters, but then it's suboptimal. I kind of like the idea of just enhancing the deck. So if there's any stores out there that need an idea for what to do, just steal my idea, because I think it's a pretty great little idea. I don't know if it's a new format or whatever, but I think it's good. So anyway, there were other people that I talked to that bought boxes that didn't buy boxes of the previous sets in other places that I go to because I'm a truck driver and I work in a bunch of different cities. So anyway, Ixalan seems to be doing pretty well, and I'm not that into dinosaurs, and I'm not into Jurassic Parks at all, and these are really nice treatment on those. I like the coloring and stuff. So dinosaurs not my thing, Jurassic Park is not my thing, so I wasn't expecting Ixalan to do well, but then again I was expecting Commander Masters to do well, and Eldraine to do better than it did, so, you know, I guess I'm bad at betting these on this stuff. I'll separate out the... And I don't know much about the set. I mean, the big hit being Mana Crypt, so... And obviously, there's no serialized cards, but there are, you know, the Jurassic Park cards. I don't know if they're showing up in draft packs. Probably setbacks, which is probably why everyone was buying all the setbacks up to get Jurassic Park cards. I don't know. Huh. So, if I clearly skip by something and seem to not notice it, it's because I barely looked at the spoilers for this stuff. So, I don't even know what order this is. Oh, there. Millennium Calendar. Sounds impressive, but I don't know. Oh, wow. That's kind of cool. When I was a kid, my favorite dinosaur was the Triceratops, so that's kind of cool. I guess I'll just keep a Triceratops card. And that's the thing about dinosaurs. I mean, I guess there are people that are still into dinosaurs or have a lingering memory of being kids. But it's really kids and, was it kids and paleontologists? Is that the people that look into Cavern of Souls? Is this, well, it doesn't come in tapped, so it's not one of the, it's probably a better land, add 1 mana of any color. Spend this mana to cast a creature spell. Oh, so it's just for creature spells, but it's pretty good. It doesn't come in a tap. Yeah, so as I was saying, so paleontologists and kids are the only people interested in dinosaurs. Is that a joke from Friends? I can't remember exactly. But, I mean, it's pretty much true. Once, after the age of 10, you kind of, I mean, and before that even, you kind of lose interest in dinosaurs. So, that's just kind of why I wasn't expecting, because I don't think it has lots of appeal. Maybe it is that people just kind of, you know, they're nostalgic about when they were kids and they were really into dinosaurs and into having like the little plastic dinosaur toys and stuff like that. And like you talk to a kid about dinosaurs, and it's pretty much any kid at a certain age, and they'll tell you everything you didn't know or completely forgot of. Ooh, they got flip. I didn't know they had flip lands in this. Huh. Everflowing Well, when the Everflowing Well enters the battlefield, mill 2 cards and draw 2 cards, and then descend 8 at the beginning of your upkeep. If there are 8 or more permanent cards in your graveyard, transform the Everflowing Well. Huh. Interesting. Anyway, so like I said, you would, I don't know if that's I mean, it's a uncommon or common, yeah, but it's really nice art. Yeah, a kid is just an expert in dinosaurs and will just tell you anything. And it's pretty much any kid. If you ask them what dinosaurs, you ask them what their favorite dinosaur is, and then you ask them to explain any little thing, and they'll go off on a little rabbit hole of a journey. Huh. Why is this in the middle? Huh. I don't know if that was Tarian's Soul Cleaver. Yeah. Items are interesting. I also like the flying dinosaurs and the big giant water dinosaurs with the long necks. I don't know what they're called. But again, it was mostly Triceratops because it's just this crazy tank that can bash through stuff. At least in your kid's mind, I don't know what their actual, what is this one? It's a little foil, Screaming Phantom. Okay. Melia Benavides Aguera. Interesting. So, because it's a jungle theme, I don't know about the dinosaur theme, but the people have, Empire of Spain sounding names. It's like a conquistador type thing, which is interesting because I recently on Audible I've been listening to. Was it Audible? No, it's a podcast that I really like. The Rest is History, because one of my favorite historian or historical authors or whatever, Tom Holland, not Spider-Man, does this podcast, and it's pretty great. I love pretty much every episode, but when they cover things that I don't know much about, and right now they're doing Cortez, and it's a pretty crazy tale, so didn't plan to plug that, but just the Spanish-sounding names kind of reminded me of that. Fabrication Foundry, that sounds important. Add white. Spend this mana only to cast an artifact spell or activate the ability of an artifact source. Exile one or more other artifacts you control with total mana value X. Return the target artifact with mana value X or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. Interesting. So there's some milling and there's returning stuff from the graveyard in this deck, in this set. So, is that the exploration theme of this set? I mean, Zendikar is more of the exploration plane, I guess. But, I mean, I guess it makes sense that Ixalan would be too. Intrepid Paleontologist. Yes, it's definitely an exploration theme going on in this set. So, I wonder, if you were doing, if you were doing like a draft and you were mixing Zendikar booster packs and Ixalan booster packs, and how that would synergize. Someone try it out. Someone tell me. And by the way, Ogier Pakparik, Deepest Epoch. Interesting. God. Very nice. I think I'll set that aside. I think there were other mythics that I went through, but that's the most interesting looking one. Sorry, let's flip over. Temple of Cyclical Time. Interesting. So, what is it that people are looking for in this deck? And actually, I'd like, maybe if you were really excited about this set, maybe you could explain to me why you think it's, at least on a local level, at least an anecdotal level, it seems to be doing well. But also, I've been hearing good things online about other stores selling well. So I would say that short of Lord of the Rings, maybe this is going to be the best set of the year. I think Eldraine did well enough, better than expected after release, because the release seemed to peter out. But I think it's kind of, chugged along. It's done fine, but it wasn't spectacular. And Commander Masters was, it at least seen as a huge flop. Whether time will tell that it's a huge flop, I don't know. But I don't know if you could explain to me why you're so excited about it and why you think the set's going to do really well and why other people are doing well with the set. I'd like to hear it, because the first Ixalan was, I don't know whether it was the first flop of 2017 or it kind of was a harbinger of the bear market of 2017, 2018. I wasn't, playing Magic at that point in time, and I wasn't collecting Magic or buying anything. I hadn't done that since the 90s. I got back into it in 2020 with Zendikar. But I was watching a lot of Tolarian and also Alpha Investments, so I kind of remember Ixalan really flopping and being a huge problem for stores, and I think a lot of stores closed down during that time period, kind of like now with what happened with Commander Masters, or even before that with the Innistrades. So like I said, I don't know why. Braided net. Maybe I should like this set, because I do like the flip cards, because I like having the option of other things that are more synergetic with what I've got going on in my hand on the table. And I also like, having an option between land and creature, that kind of thing. And also just the I don't know if there are, I haven't seen one yet, the two-sided lands. I like the Zendikar ones and the Kaldheim ones. Kaldheim being probably my favorite set in this new era. So, I don't know. But if you were someone who was into the first Ixalan and this really excited you, well, you know what, you remember of that era when the first Ixalan came out. And, kind of, it's a blast from the past and how things have changed. Oh, here's another mythic boneboard Dracosaur. I bet you that's awesome. Dracosaur, huh? That's kind of like, I don't know, I'm guessing like a Tarask, it's mixing dinosaurs and dragons, so it's gotta be formidable. And what if you're like someone who wasn't necessarily interested in Ixalan, but then you saw the cards and you were excited about it? What is it that's drawing people into this? And hey, are we gonna have a great Christmas season because of it? Because there's not another set coming out until Ravnica Remastered, and right now I think people are iffy on Ravnica Remastered just because of the pre-dump. Mostly I'm guessing either it was a marketing ploy by Wizards on Amazon to have sub wholesale prices as the pre-order for it, and it's an accident, but it's an on purpose accident just to get people talking about it. But it seems a little early to start getting people talking about it because it happened in the summer and Ravnica isn't coming out until January. But it's a remastered set, so Time Spiral did really well as a remastered set, but then Dominaria seemed to do well and then flopped hard. But that could just be due to them printing too many, thinking that it was going to do as well as Time Spiral, and Time Spiral happened during the peak of the craziness from the pandemic era, where everyone was buying everything all the time. So it's hard to tell whether these remastered sets are something that are hugely desirable. Oh, Rudder, Poet of Unity. So, I don't think I've seen a flip one that has a saga on the back, so that's a new one for me. That's some nice art. Rawr. Yeah, so it's hard to tell whether these remastered sets are banger hits and Dominaria was an outlier, or whether people are just kind of iffy on them and they'll collect them if they want to, and it just happened to be that Time Spiral was in that time period that people were just buying anything, and they underprinted it because also it was in the era where people were still worried about the economy crashing, and then became the opposite of that because the economy didn't crash and it suddenly was doing crazy well, and like the cryptocurrencies were going crazy, the stock market was going crazy, everything went crazy. People thought, oh, everything's going to be wonderful from now on, somehow. And didn't understand that it was just the monetary injection of the economy that was mostly doing that, and also people staying home, and basically the cultural shift of what people were doing. But then, things came back to reality, and rubber banded pretty hard, and then we were stuck holding the bag with a lot of sets and a lot of other stuff, and prices crashed and that kind of stuff. But so you can't really judge what happened with Time Spiral and then Dominaria because they were in opposite, I guess, economic theories. So you know, I guess we'll see, because Ravnica also is the most popular plane, I'm guessing. I mean, Dominaria, everyone likes it, but it's the oldest one, and based on the Dominaria sets that came out last year, I don't know if everyone is into it. Huh. Lyco Tyrant. Interesting. But Ravnica seems to be near universally, like, loved within the Magic community at least, and then it crossed over into Dungeons and Dragons, because of the Dungeons and Dragons, you know, setting, campaign. Oh, Whale of Forgotten. That's some cool art there. So it's a pretty popular plane, and maybe the most popular plane, so it should do quite well. But then again, remastered sets we don't know about, and it's a little bit more expensive, but then not nearly as expensive as Commander Masters. So I don't know. What do you think? What do you think Ravnica is going to do? Are you excited about it? I don't think there's any spoilers out yet. I don't know what's in it, but I mean, obviously Shocklands, that's a Ravnica thing. And I didn't really see anything too much of a hit in this box, but I mean, we did get some cool mythics, and there was great little art treatment, but you know, art is only, you know, basically a subjective experience, and just that, because art alone doesn't sell the cards. It's what do the cards do? Huh. So I don't see any big hits, but we did get 5 mythics. Maybe I missed some. Let's see. No, just rares. It looks like we did get some rare foils, but that doesn't necessarily. Oh, there's a mythical land. Oh, the Cavern of Souls, and then this one, the Millennium Calendar. Okay, so 7 mythics. Yeah, that's pretty good. So let me know how you feel about Ixalan, how it's doing at your store. You know, did you like my idea of the box topper? Forgot that. Did you like my idea of the Commander League with the opening of the draft packs? I don't know if these box toppers are. Well, I didn't even flip over. And it's an uncommon, so probably. I guess these box toppers aren't like super huge specials, so. Let me know what you think about Ixalan, and I don't have any set boxes to open for another week because I got to order some more in, and then the collector boxes are delayed, so I'll probably do a set box and a collector box next week. But let me know how you feel about Ixalan in the time being, and have a good day.